Hi, I'm Joanna, an OFW from Qatar. I just want to share my experience traveling from Qatar to the Philippines, probably just to help anybody out there who will be coming from Qatar or who will be transiting from Qatar to the Philippines, specifically Mactan International Airport, which is in Cebu, Philippines. So, before I went to the airport, since it was to Cebu, I already registered in this mactanairport.com, https.mactanairport.com slash COVID-19 registration, something like that. This one was given by the clerk when I purchased the ticket. And I also registered actually to one health pass, but in time I they told me that one health pass, as I went along my journey, and I realized that one health pass are for those who will be landing on Naiya International Airport, Nina Aquino International Airport, and for those who will be landing on Mactan International Airport. So we will have to register on that mactaninternationalairport.com. Now, when I went to the after my processing on the Hamad International Airport, which is the airport of Qatar, I went to the boarding area. And unfortunately, I still have more than 2 hours before the boarding gate will be open, or the boarding area will be open. So we were waiting from the outside of that area. So while we were waiting, a service personnel or ground personnel of Qatar Airways were already distributing face shields. So it means to say that if you are traveling with Qatar Airways, you don't need to buy your face shields because Qatar Airways will be giving it to you free. That's one thing. These face shields you have to wear when you enter the boarding area or the waiting area for the boarding, and when you enter the plane also you have to wear this, and you have to wear this all throughout the duration of your flight, including the mask, except only when you are going to eat, or when you are going to use the bathroom or the washroom. Now, upon takeoff, or a few minutes after takeoff, the flight stewardess or the crew already distributed us these forms for the customs, the ones that are like it was like the declaration of the goods that you are bringing with you upon landing or upon entering the Philippine uh, jurisdiction. So it's for the customs. Later on we will talk about when you're going to use that form. So all along the flight, you have to adjust yourself when you're going to fill up that form. So mine, I fill up midway on the flight. Now, once you landed on the Mactan International Airport, upon landing, and when you go out through the door of the plane, along the bridge, there's a bridge going inside, directly connecting to the building of the airport. While walking, there's a certain person who will be giving you a certain form. This is for the immigration. He will be asking if you are already vaccinated or not. If the form is for the people or the persons or the passengers who have already been fully vaccinated, so it's not applicable for the persons. The yellow form, they call it yellow form, it's not applicable for persons who have not yet been vaccinated. Now, after that, the bridge that the bridge will be the bridge connecting the plane to the building of the airport will be directing you to an area where the orientation will be conducted. So we were oriented, and in the orientation we were classified into four, and we were called upon it depends on the classifications. The first classification was whether you're unvaccinated. The second classification was if you are vaccinated, but then you are bringing along with you minors who are not vaccinated. And the third classification was you are fully vaccinated, but you came from a yellow country. And then the fourth classification was whether you are fully vaccinated from a green country. Those are the four classifications. So through we are going to the immigration verification by these batches. First is the ones that are unvaccinated. Second were the vaccinated with unvaccinated minors. And then next was us, since Qatar still belongs to the yellow countries, so we were fully vaccinated from yellow countries. And then the last one, the last amongst our batch, are those who are fully vaccinated from green countries. So we lined up through the immigration, and they took us they when there were two phases. The first phase was they're going to check your code. The code, remember the code, either if you're for Mactan, you're going to this https mactanairport.com, and then the other one, if you're in NAIA or in Manila, you're going to register to this One Health Pass, or they're going to, what do you call that one, scan this code, and then you're going to ask for your vaccination card. So once you've already done that, you're going to the next phase of the immigration verification, which is the scanning. They're going to scan your passport, and then they're going to scan your face for verification of your identity. Afterwards, once you go through that phase, if in a regular procedure of, or sans, or a procedure in the airport sans the pandemic, we should be getting our luggage now, but no, we don't. Since it's pandemic, we don't get to do that. We first have to go through another queue. Pipila ulit tayo. It's another queue going to your hotel assignments, or you're going to queue so that you can have your hotel. So it's another queue, and then you're going to sign another document, and you're going to fill up another form. After the queuing for the hotel assignment, if you have already your hotel, you're going next to the swabs, should you need to swab for today. As for me, since I am fully vaccinated from a yellow country, I need to do the swab that day, the first day upon arrival of the airport. So as for the other batches, I'm not really particularly sure of their protocol. But for fully vaccinated persons, um, from yellow countries, I need to do my swab test on that day. So I swabbed. I need to get to a line, or a queuing again for swabbing. So the first swab is on your mouth, and then the second one swab also for your nose. That's it. After finishing all those, then that's the time that you can take your luggage and then wait for your turn for the buses. For the Each hotel has their own bus, but they have a maximum capacity, I mean, of 30 persons per bus. So since I was part of the last of the bunch, like I told you, we were given the go signal for the immigration verification third. So we were part of the last bunch. Um, it was we were called upon to go to our bus, to the bus for our designated hotel, like way past 6 o'clock in the evening, and our arrival was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you see the procedure, but it's okay. It was good that there were persons who were guiding us, so we don't get like what's to be done next. There were persons that will guide you, and there were persons that you can ask all along the airport. It was a good process, but it was long, so that's why it took us a few hours. Now, while we were waiting, each buses, you will be called upon. It depends on the hotel, so somebody will be called. Okay, whoever is going to this hotel, your bus is ready, you can line up. So once your bus is ready and once your hotel is called, you're going to line up and pass through the customs. So remember that form that you signed a few the Qatar Airways gave you a few minutes after takeoff. That is the form that you're going to give to the customs, and then you're out and you're going to a queue again to your respected buses and then to your hotels. So what amazes me in this journey, like since 3 years ago or 3 to 4 years ago was my last trip to the Philippines. What amazes me is that it was past 6 already. We were tired. Obviously, we were tired from lining and getting our luggage and everything and filling up all those forms. We were really tired, and an amazing feat for OWA. Really, I'm grateful to OWA. While we were queuing to go to our bus, they already gave us a rice meal. A meal composed of 1 cup of rice with a jumbo hot dog and um and fried chicken and water. The meal is simple, but coming from you see coming from OWA, I mean, I'm like 9 years abroad, and it was the first time that I ever had those care from the Philippine government ever. That was the first time that I received a meal from the Philippine government coming home. So before it was like all me, all me, and now OWA is caring for all of us. So kudos to OWA for that. Kudos to Philippine government. Thank you so much. Just imagine I was very tired and just seeing a meal coming to you free, and they were like frantic just to give the meal to us. It makes you feel so good, and like it just takes away all the tiredness. Voila, it was good. And then in the bus, going to the bus, they help us carry our luggage, and inside the bus itself there was an orientation of what are we going to do in the hotel. They spoke to us that we have a house parent also, and the speaker also, I don't know, maybe just maybe just my trip was just tuned in to just to make us feel good, because my the reason for my trip was that my father also was I was also anxious of my father, because my father, when I leave Qatar, was unconscious and unresponsive. So the trip, like, it was light, and even the person who was speaking to us inside the bus and orienting us regarding the hotel rules, hotel do's and don'ts, and I mean the OWA do's and don'ts also regarding the sleeper trips, it was all good, and we were laughing, and we were cracking jokes every time. So it was good until we arrived in our hotel. So inside the hotel, we still also another form to fill for the hotel and for our house parent. After that one, we were given our each respective rooms, and as you can see, my room, I'm very fortunate to have a family room. I have 3 beds with me, and I have a very big window here. As I have a small TV, I have a mirror, and I have an air condition. So it's a big room, and I feel very lucky for that. Now, coming to the hotel, I do believe that coming to the hotel, this hotel staff was very accommodating, and the reception was all good. So whatever that I tried to communicate with them, I tried to convey with them what my needs are. Say for example, my food preferences and the toiletries that I need to replenish. once I ask from them, they just give. So I do think that communication is key here. So whatever that, if you're a Filipino OFW or you are an OFW, if you are staying in a hotel, just try to communicate your need and just let it go. Let them be. If they're going to give, voila, you're fortunate. But if not, there might be some possible reasons. But as for me, as for my experience, the hotel has been very, very generous enough to cater and to accommodate all the things that I needed. That's one. And then also for our house parent, for the OWA house parent, they've been very, very accommodating to me for my request. Because as I told you earlier, my father has been suffering from stroke, and he was unconscious when I left Qatar. Now apparently I was trying to request to shorten my quarantine stay in the hotel because I want to have more time with my papa, and I was anxious that he might not be recovering because the doctor said that he has little chances of survival. But unfortunately, upon hearing that I am coming home urgently for him only, he is trying his best to hold on and is recovering really well. No, but I still push through with my decision to request to shorten my leave because I will be here in the Philippines for only 14 days, and I still want to have more time with him, to bond with him, because we haven't been together for like 3 to 4 years now since my last vacation. Now, coming to that, I asked the approval from the our house parent, and immediately respond to me. They were very, very responsive, and they were very courteous and generous to respond to me. So the house parent responded to me, and she told me that she forwarded my request to the supervisor, and then after a few hours they gave me a number to call, which is the part of the Department of Health. So they want me to forward my request to the Department of Health, and if the Department of Health are going to approve my request, then um, then I can do so. I mean, it's all good for me. So as of the making of this video, I'm still waiting for the approval of the DOH. After I sent it was like one day only after I sent them the requirements that they asked from me from the hospital where my father was admitted. Yeah. But all in all, the journey and the experience was all good. It was good, and I made this video also for the sole purpose of thanking the Philippine government and their President Rodrigo Duterte for giving us this opportunity. The testing is free, the hotel is free, the hotel transfer is free, the sweeper flights are free. Thank you so much, sir. Saludo ako sa inyo. And also the local government of Cebu under Governor Gwen Garcia. Thank you so much. And of course, OWA, Overseas Workers Welfare Association. Thank you. Maraming salamat. Wala akong masabi. Thank you so much. And of course, the hotel that I'm staying, if I can speak, this is Big Hotel. Thank you so much, guys, for accommodating me. I cannot not mention you. Thank you so much for the good accommodation and the good service. Bye. That's all, folks.